And yes, I'm just going to start your reading right now. I have had so many technical issues. There are some readings I've had to record several times. I've had to do them all over again, and it just looked like it wasn't recording. So I'm really kind of nervous of technology right now. But I'm sorry, I'm just going to start. You don't want to hear all that boring stuff. So the first card you have your past, the Two of Cups. This is a really, really nice card. I love this card. It's like the beginnings of a relationship. So not always, but you know, I often see that as that. So I'm actually seeing a really deep connection here, because this caduceus in the middle of these cups can be almost like DNA, connected really, really deeply, really ingrained in each other. So I actually think this might be a connection of the mind. It is a love connection, but you do have a very deep connection of your minds. I don't think it's being allowed to develop as much as it should be. I'm saying allowed because I think there's someone or something that might be blocking this or trying to block this. There's definitely passion here between you as well. And yeah, I keep on seeing these deep conversations, very deep conversations, but I think something has to be completed or something has to be finished. Something needs to be out of the way before this can be a proper stable relationship. It might be a relationship. It might only be in the early days. I don't know what's wrong with me in these readings. I blame the retrograde. I'll blame that. I can't even say retrograde. I can't say retrograde. Okay, so yes. Yeah. I think, yeah, something's in the way. Something is in the way of this. There's something that has to change before you can become more stable and grow together. That's what I'm seeing. Now, I think you will get together properly. You will be able to do that in time. The man on this card's wearing a wreath of roses, which can represent manifestation, and she has a laurel wreath on her head, which is obviously about victory. So it's going to manifest victory and manifestation. It's going to happen at some time. But it might take some time because I think there might be a distance between you. I'm just looking at this house, you know, it's far away from this couple, and it's also up on a hill. So, you know, if you wanted to get to that house that's up on the hill, you'd have to climb up, and, you know, it'd take all this effort. So I think there is a lot of difficulty in front of you. There's a lot of effort that has to go into something before you can actually become more stable and grow together. But it can happen, and you both want this to happen as well. That's what I'm seeing in this card. So it is going to be difficult, but I think you will get there in the end. That's what I'm seeing. So the next card you have your past, the Two of Wands. Yeah, two twos. So this can definitely happen. Again, something's stopping you, I think. Something's stopping you from moving forward. I actually think this might be, I think it might be a person, or it might be several people. Might be people and circumstances. Yeah, I'm seeing everything here, so there's no point in me saying that because it could be anything. No, people, circumstances as well. You know, I don't know whether it's your job, someone you work for maybe. It might be that you have children or family around you that are sort of preventing you from moving. You know, none of these people are horrible people who are stopping you on purpose. You know, I just think there are these people that are there kind of, that you have to think about, that you kind of have to put their considerations into consideration before you move forward. Yeah, I keep on seeing this distance between you. So it might be that you have to move, or it might be that they have to move to be with you, or there might be some other kind of move around this. The feeling I'm getting around this is that there's some kind of move involved, or travel or something, and you have to make a decision around that. I don't think this other person can do a lot because I think you're probably a bit more flexible than they are. You're still not all that flexible, but you're more flexible than they are in what you can do. And so I think that's why this this is a decision that you have to make. And there's some pressure around this as well. I'm seeing pressure coming from your partner, probably wanting you to hurry up and do something. There's also some pressure coming from somewhere else, and I don't know if this is going to make any sense to you, but you don't want to disappoint someone, and you know, it might be that no matter what decision you make, you're going to disappoint someone anyway. So you're going to have to make this decision anyway. You're never going to be able to please everyone. That's what I'm seeing. You know, it's up to you. You have the world in your hands, just like this man. So you're going to have to weigh everything up, and you're just going to go for it, because you're always going to disappoint someone, and no matter what you do. And also, it has to be your decision. I feel as if I have to say that, because I think you have a lot of people in your ear trying to influence you, and yeah, you do have to take other people into account, of course you do, but this is your life and this is your decision. So I think you just have to weigh everything up and think about what the best outcome is for you and for other people, and then just go. That's what I'm seeing. So I'm so sorry I'm stumbling in this reading. It's crazy. I don't know what it is. So I'll keep going. The last card you have for your past, the Knight of Wands. Yeah, I'm seeing travel again in this. Obviously, this knight's moving along. And, you know, it's in all these cards so far. So there is something to do with moving or travel around this. I actually think in your more distant past, you might have been in the process of sorting out a move, or it might have been a job opportunity with some kind of move attached to it, or travel or something. And I think you're going along with this opportunity. You're all excited. You had this opportunity. You're all set to go or whatever. And then something was stopped, or, you know, you weren't able to go for some reason. And I think you had your heart set on this, and you might have told other people, oh, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this. And so when it all fell through, it was really disappointing to you, and then you had to go around telling people, and they were like, oh, really? Why aren't you going? And then it was just a big disaster. So it was really, really, really disappointing. I'm also seeing some promises around this. So maybe someone promised you something around this job or this thing you're going to move with a while ago, and then they went back on this promise. And I think because of that, I think you also had to break a promise to someone else as well. So that was really disappointing for you as well. So if this all resonates with you, I think this might be why you're so stressed about any decision around moves, traveling, anything like that. You know, it might be really, really triggering for you. So maybe that's what that is. But yeah, this is a totally different situation. So, you know, if you're keeping this to yourself for now, and I think that's probably a good idea to do that if you are, try to take some time out from all these different voices talking to you. You know, try to clear your mind, meditate if you can, and then just start weighing all this up. Work toward making this decision, though. Don't sit around waiting. You need to make this decision. But to do that, I think you're going to have to get out of all of these kind of different opinions. Just go somewhere by yourself and just really think clearly. Clear your head. That's what I'm seeing. So the first card you have in your presence, the Tower. Yes. Okay, so maybe this might be another reason why you're hesitating. So there are several reasons why that is. Yeah, I think you're waiting on a result. And I'm actually seeing some kind of process going on in the background. It's like you are involved in this, but maybe not physically right now. I think you were once. I think you put all this work into this and you did all you had to do, and then you just had to kind of sit back and wait. But it was stressful. It was still a stressful situation. I don't know if this is some kind of litigation. I think it might be something like that, or litigation, mediation, something like that. And there's another person obviously involved in this, and I think they have a big shock coming to them. They have the Tower. That's them. I mean, so it's you against someone else in the situation. They've got the shock coming to them. So there's this result that's going to come in, they're absolutely not going to like this result. I think they had an idea in their head that they're going to come out on top looking like a king. There's a crown on this card, but the result's not going to be like that at all. It's not going to be what they like at all. So yeah, whoever this is, they really thought they were going to walk away with everything, and yeah, they're going to have a Tower moment if they haven't already. It's not going to be what they want at all. You know, they're not going to think this is fair, but I can see that this is a fair result. It's a fast result as well. You know, they'll be surprised at how quickly this will come out and all happens to them. But it is a fair result. It is a fair result. I keep on seeing that. This is fair. They'll probably protest this. I think they'll probably come and they might appeal or do whatever they need to do with this. They'll probably come and speak to you about this as well. They're not going to be happy with this. They're going to do whatever they can to change this decision. But I think it's fair. I think it's fair. So yes, the next card you have your presence, the King of Cups. So yeah, when you find out what this is, this result, if you haven't already, it's in your presence, so you might have already had this happen. Yeah, it's this result's definitely going to help you to make this decision, because I think you might have been sitting around waiting, thinking, oh, maybe I'll wait to see what the result of this is as well before I make this decision, because it might have an impact on that. Yeah, you'll get this result and it's going to help you make this decision. That's what I'm seeing. Just be a little bit careful. I know you have a lot on your mind, but I think this love connection or your partner, I think they might be seeing you as being a little bit guarded, and they might see you as being, you know, as maybe even isolating yourself. And I know I said you need some time alone to help you make this decision, but they are feeling separated from you. They're feeling a lack of communication. That's what I'm seeing. I don't know whether this is justified or not, but this is how they're feeling. So, you know, this decision that you have to make about this moving or whatever this is, it's going to have a big impact on their life. So I can see why they might be feeling a little bit anxious, and maybe you distancing yourself a little bit might be making them feel even more anxious. So if that's all resonating with you, if you know what this is all about, just talk to them. Whether you think this is justified or not, just talk to them, just reassure them, just tell them, you know, just keep them in the loop. Say, I'm doing this is what I'm up to, just want to let you know. Even if you want to be alone, just say, look, I just need to be by myself for a little while. It's not you. Please don't be upset. I still love you, all of that. I just need time just to kind of process all of this. You know, just let them know. Just keep them informed on what's happening. I'm also seeing a lack of communication in another area of your life as well. I'm seeing someone who really, really misses you. This is someone who you haven't been in contact with for a while. So I think this is someone a lot younger than you. Think about who this might be. I think they really, really miss you, and for some reason they feel as if they can't contact you. I don't know why that is. They're younger than you, so maybe it's because they're a child. I don't know. But if you know who this is, please reach out to them, because they're thinking of you and they're thinking, why haven't I heard from them? Why haven't I heard from them? That's what I'm getting. So please, please reach out to this person if you know who this is. They'd love to hear from you. Okay, so the last card you have your present is the Chariot. Okay, so this is what I'm seeing here. You might have to guard yourself against this person in the Tower card. I'm seeing them wanting to appeal this. I was seeing this before in the Tower card. I'm seeing it again here. They're angry. They're determined to change this. They want to appeal this. They're probably going to call you, and they don't think this is fair. I think this is fair. They don't. Yeah, you've been fair through all of this. You've been fair, and the result's fair. That's what I'm seeing, but they don't think that. If you look at the man in this Chariot, he's determined, he's moving forward, but he's measured. He's measured. Look at the difference between this man and the Knight in the Knight of Wands. This man's totally in control of things. He knows where he's going. He's moving the chariot with his mind. He doesn't need any reins. He's pushing forward. He knows what he's doing. He's very serious. Everything's balanced. And if you look at the Knight of Wands, you know, the horse is jumping up and down, and the Knight looks really out of control. He doesn't know what he's doing. So, you know, if this is all resonating, I think there were times during this process when you really did feel like lashing out and saying something, but you didn't do that. You reined yourself in. You reined yourself in. That's what I'm seeing when I look at this chariot, reining yourself in. I'm also getting the feeling that, you know, it's not like when you're in this process, it's not like you're in this to win. You weren't saying, oh, I'll beat them, I'll win. You know, you didn't want that. You just wanted a fair result. You know, this chariot's perfectly balanced. So you wanted the result to be balanced. You wanted it to be fair. And it is fair. I know I keep on repeating myself, but I keep on saying it is fair because I think what they're going to do is they're going to talk to you. They're going to call you and say, that's not fair, change it. Oh, I'm going to appeal this. And I think you should change this and da 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 da. Don't listen to them because this is fair. Don't let them change your mind. And you have so much on your mind as well. You might be at a vulnerable point when they call you, so be careful. Yeah, just be aware of them. This person's going to be coming in feeling angry, upset. You might even have to turn your phone off for a while. I don't think you can block them. I'm not sure why that is, but you know, I think you'll probably have to have some lines of communication open for some reason. But do what you can if this all resonates. Do what you can to kind of minimize the impact of this person bothering you. So the first card you have for your future is the Six of Pentacles. Yeah, I think there's probably money involved in this as well, obviously with this card. And this is one of the reasons why they're so angry. And they think this is just so unfair. You know, if you look at this card, it's obviously an unfair exchange going on. You know, this is a wealthy man. He's giving to one beggar and not the other. You know, I don't think they're losing out in this at all. I keep on saying this is fair, but it's more than fair, I think. You know, I think they're doing quite well out of this, actually. I'm not seeing a lack of abundance around them. I'm actually seeing abundance around them. It's just that they were expecting more, or they were expecting something different to happen. And I think the shock of this is what's doing it to them. You know, I think if they just calm down and they'd see this properly, logically, they'd realise that. But they're not like that. So they're going to try to appeal this, I think. They're going to try to come back and kind of talk you into changing things and whatever they're trying to do. I just think minimize this. Don't answer them very much. Try and be neutral if you can. Try and grey rock this, if you know what that is. You know, don't kind of pander to them. Don't start letting them engage you in conversation. Just say, oh, well, I can't talk about this. You know, don't do all that, because I think eventually they'll realise, they'll say, well, actually, if I appeal this, you know, if it is a litigation problem, if I appeal this, I might have to employ some lawyers, and I might have to do this, and I might have to pay to do this, and I'm probably going to be worse off, and it's going to be more stressful. And actually, when I think about this, it's not too bad. So I think in the beginning, they're going to be all jumping up and down, no, that's terrible. But then after a while, they are going to realise. So I think just wait this out, engage with them as little as you possibly can as well. That's what I'm seeing. So the next card you have, your future, is the Lovers. Yeah, this card can obviously be about love. Obviously, it's the Lovers, but it's a really complex card, so it can be about so many different things. I'm seeing choices in this card, because obviously this is about the Garden of Eden, and Eve had a choice to make, so that's what I'm seeing. And this is about, yeah, choices around a relationship, obviously. So it's about this decision about moving or changing or whatever this is. I think this person you're with, your partner, I think they're going to have to compromise a little bit around this eventually. It's not going to be easy for them, because I'm seeing them, I'm seeing quite a lot of financial stability around them, so they might have a really good stable job or something like that they can't leave. So whether they're going to have to transfer or whether they're going to have to do something, I don't know. I'm also seeing a very strong sense of family around them. I'm getting this feeling that they're probably quite close to their parents and their family as well, the rest of their family. I think their family has quite a big impact on their life as well. I'm just seeing them sharing things with their family. They might even overshare sometimes. So you're not just dealing with their opinions, I think you're dealing with their family's opinions as well. So just keep that in mind as well. Some of the pressure that they're feeling might also be coming from their family. Their family might be asking them questions. Have you made a decision yet? Is this happening? And all of that. So that might be part of their anxiety, because I was seeing this anxiety in them in the King of Cups. So that might be part of that as well. So the last card you have in your future is the Four of Swords. Yeah, you are going to come to this decision. You are going to come to it quite soon, I think. But before that, you've got to get some time to yourself. You've got to kind of think about this by yourself, meditate, all of that kind of thing, if that's something you do. But I think now that this result's come in, that's going to help this decision as well. I think you might be feeling a bit alone in this, actually, because, the people around you, I think they're giving you advice. They're talking to you, well, the people that know about this anyway. But, it's not that you're wary of these people, but I think they do see the result of this decision as, impacting on them in some ways. So, for example, if it's your family or your parents or whatever, they might be saying, oh, yes, we don't think you should do this for this reason, but they don't want you to move away from them. It might be something like that, or it might be your partner might say, oh, I don't think you should do that because, it impacts them or something. Now, yes, again, you do have to keep all of these people, in your mind when you're making this decision. Of course you do. You have to be flexible. You have to think of other people, of course. But it's your decision, and I think, I think it might help you actually to talk to someone who's out of this situation, someone who doesn't have a stake in this, let's say. I think you might get a more neutral, helpful viewpoint. So if this is all resonating, take some time to yourself, really think about this. Think about this thing that's happened in the Tower card as well, this result. Think about everything, all the different things in this, and then just lie down by yourself somewhere where it's quiet and just really weigh this up. Think about that. Also, talk to someone else who's outside of this. All of that might help you to make this decision. So I really hope you're able to do that. So Libra, I hope this resonated. I know this was a bit of confusing reading, and I messed up all the words in the beginning. I don't know what I was talking about, but I think it was okay in the end. But still a little bit confusing. So I hope you understood this. Yeah. General readings can't always resonate with everyone, as you know, but if you like this reading, please like, subscribe, leave a comment if you'd like to. There's a car going past, everything's happening. This retrograde is crazy. But yeah, thank you so much for watching.